All right, today is September 16th, 2024. Yeah, September 16th, 2024. Um, oh shoot. Yeah, I gotta do that. September 16th, 2024. Um, Interesting market. We had a nice bounce down here that I wanted to take, but I didn't because I just couldn't make sense of it. But I did take two attempts up here, and that added to it. I was hoping price would come down to this 56.70 area here, but more so this 56.66 area. Price yielded itself, stopped here and reversed. I think it coincided with NQ. NQ reached its level here and bounced up. I thought NQ was going to break lower, but it reached this level, and then when I went further into it, I realized that it was holding the top part of the actual um, closing, closing of the session. I should have marked the close. I don't recall. Let's see if I have it in the video that I did um, pre-market. If I can see what the video has, I can probably see what the close. Probably not, because I only did ES, didn't I? I don't think I did NQ. I didn't do NQ. Alright, so I can't really see what the close was because only did NQ. I didn't do ES. I mean, I only did ES. I didn't do NQ. So that's pretty much a bust. Um, see here. Yeah, I went over it. See. Well, I guess I could get an idea of how it closed based off of ES. So I'll just do that. Let's see what it shows for the closing of the session. If it will give me a clear chart, I mean a clear video. See if I can find ES close or settlement price. Alright, so ES settlement price was 5629.75. Let's do that. And then we'll see which candle that is. 5629.75. So I usually don't put settlement price, but maybe this time I should have. Let's bring it towards the 1600 area. Let's do that. This. And usually, like, I guess it's the 15 minute, right? The 15 minute. This is closed at 5629.75. 5629. So the 15 minute candle after the session closes, which is where we can't trade anymore. So this one here. So if we go to NQ, looks like I had it up. Go to NQ, the 15 minute candle, which would be this one here. Alright, we're just getting a rough idea. I don't think price came down to that. Alright. Nope, price did not come down to it. Price came down to this candle here, 19,529. Let's make that one orange, which is the 25 candle to the 30. This one here. So and then it tapered off a bit. And so for ES, it would be this one here before it tapered off a bit. So basically, this candle, this area here for that one, let's see what ES is. So basically, it would be this. So if I just did the closing the closing area. Okay, this is where price actually closed, and we're gonna make this orange. That, and if we zoom out, we see that price came to it. Yep. Boom. All right, just a closing candle, and that's where we bounced. Stop, sucked it in. Okay. So out of respect, you start adding that closing candle, even just the last 30 minutes, because we have volume there, but just a closing candle, probably out of respect, because that's the last candle here. Then we tip it off a bit, look like we're gonna bounce and move forward. So that's where price stopped. For that for NQ, for NQ, for ES, we can see that we never came down to it, but we struggled right here. And what exactly is that on the charts? It's something that was broken before, or something that was never broken. So I didn't have this on there. Add that now, and let's make that a fuchsia color. This is fine. Let's see if we came down to that at least. Yep, looks like we freaking did. Yep, right to that. So yeah, so that was important. So if we did that, let's go to the 5-minute. We'd see that that would have been something to really look into, probably closing out the trade. I did tighten the trade, and I'm going to go over the trade in a bit. I did tighten the trade. I think I got out somewhere around here. So let's go to the trade. The trades. So I took the trade here. We broke out of it. I took it for the 1 minute. I typically would wait for the 30-minute, but the 1 minute didn't look like it was going. I typically wait for the 5-minute, but the 5-minute didn't look like it was going to give me what I needed, and the 1 minute was giving very clear signs. So I took it. We had a double top here. I took it. We broke out strongly. That was in this trade here, and then we reversed. I did get stopped out. I did exit the trade around 56.98, making it about a 4 or 3.5 point loss on that trade right here. Right, 56.98 is where I exit. I sold at 56.94.75. Probably 3.25. 5, 10, 15, 20, 5, 10, 15. Yeah, about 3.25 with that trade. Because I thought that it was gonna go higher. Alright, this is where I took my exit. The 5-minute, at the 5-minute, but the 1 minute closed beyond my line here, and but we're holding this area here. I noticed it down here also. I'll go over this trade in a bit. I noticed that we're holding this area, and we had wicks on the opposite sides of it, and then we broke out. We didn't fully break that, but we broke out. So and then price actually continued breaking, and then it reversed strongly. So I exit the trade here, and I said, well, I'll give it another shot if I can get another clean candle break. So that trade was at 10.16, and then 10.20. I finished this trade at 10.16, and then 10.21 is where I found my next entry. Same thing, 1 minute. This is what price looked like. We still was giving up wicks. We're still rejecting this area nicely, but now price was kind of staying above or below. Price was staying below. And Q had this going on, which price was dropping, but price held. So maybe I entered a trade too soon. This is the 5-minute for NQ. And then this is where I entered here. We still had to get past this, but we were really holding these levels here. I really like this push. My stop loss was going to be right up here. Um, so 92 and 98. So 2, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. About a 6 point difference. So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. So we're risking about 30 points now. Still trying to get down to here, but I had a lower aim, which was down to here, 56.69 or 56.70. Really, that gray line. I wish I had the other, candle that I had there. That would have been just well a good spot to exit. So as you can see, price went down to my level. Right, I took my first exit here, where price was looking like it was going to stall, and then price flushed through, and that's where I took my the second exit right up here, I believe. All right here, I took my second exit. So I did add to this trade. I added to this trade when price had another pullback, another a nice bounce, and started breaking this area. I added to the trade right around here. 569,175. So right around here. Here actually, 569,175. So that's when I added to the trade. Because it was really bouncing, and then that's when price took off. And I waited for price to really show me some signs of volume. I was questioning about exiting here, but price pushed down nicely to the 5678 area. 56. I got it at 5680. Price pulled, I guess, up a little bit faster on me here, and then I wanted to go to 5670 or this line here. Price went to my 5670 level and then bounced. I took my exit right here. I put my stop loss right around this area here, 5676, as you can see. So I left about what, four points, 5676, about 4 points, so 20 more bucks on that one to make this one a complete 100. So I took the first trade at 63.75 exit, and then 78.75 down here. So another like 10 points, no, 10.5 points, I would say. But I was really aiming for a nice breakdown to that bottom where I had that mark. But overall, I would say this was a good day. I felt like I was reading the market well, and I was in sync with it. Even though I was using the 1 minute, typically I would just use the 5 minute, but the 1 minute was resonating well with me when I saw this. So let's go to that trade here. Let's go to that trade. So I noticed that we were at a level. I don't have the charts up, but I did do a video. So let's see if I can pull up the video of it and go from there. And we'll pull up the video of my session. That would be cool. Copy message link. Let's do that. That is not it. I need the link. Let's try it again. Almost open the Discord. There. Alright. So, and then we'll go over that that area there if it will load for me. And what I was looking at, minutes, how far in were we in that trade session? So it was about 15 minutes into the session. Okay. Alright, so here we are. This is what my chart looked like. This is probably the best quality I can get out of this. This is what my charts look like. And we're here. This is NQ. NQ's at the that gap and high from Friday. NQ is showing signs of respecting that area. And that was before that even closed. By showing signs of respecting it, I really like how we're showing some legs here, and then we're showing some rejection here, but I couldn't figure out why that was. So let's go a little bit more into the session here. We can see NQ is still holding. ES is going towards yes, VIX is going here towards the my supply zone I have at the top. NQ ES is still rejecting. ES is still rejecting. You can't really see the 5 minute on there. And what time is this? This is like, can't really tell. I don't have a time. I wish this was a lot cleaner. Let's try to get 1080p out of that. Okay, that looks a lot better, somewhat. Alright, so we can't really see the charts as clean as I want to see them. I'm done with that. Alright, so let's see if we can find this candle. Let's make this one big. Come on, let's load. Turn into a 5 minute. Zoom out. Alright. So that's this candle. So we have this candle here, right? Right over here. So we have these two candles. And these here, I think I drew a line that was concerning. To say that, no, I didn't draw a line. I drew the box because NQ was really holding this level a lot. So that's when I drew the box. I think either right before the price took off or right after price took off. So let's speed this up a bit. Just 2 times speed it because I'm already getting bored of watching. But we can see that they're selling and selling and selling, but no continuation. So I'm drawing my angular line, trying to figure out what's going on. I draw the top here. Let's yeah, I draw the top here with this one, and I draw this one here like that, and go back. So now I'm trying to figure out what exactly price is doing. I think somewhere in here I said, well, I'm gonna draw a box because it looks like we're holding and respecting some of this price action. Let's bring this down to let's just bring it to 30. Let's bring this to 10, and then there goes price breaking out. So if we look at this here, price goes and break out of that area, breaks out, breaks up above, and then retest and then pulls. And then I'd watch price just go up. So, but we're at a level that we've been fighting here. There goes price getting right above. This is this candle right here, and there it goes. So I don't see my gray box though. I thought I drew the gray box prior to this doing that. Maybe I drew it afterwards. But I recall drawing something. I zoomed in. I don't see any gray box that I thought I drew. Maybe I drew it afterwards. Alright, well, Anyways, I did notice that area there, and said price bounced off nicely off of it. I like the wicks. I like that we're holding. Probably could even brought it up to here, like this. It's just a high volume. Got above it, and then we came back, retested, and then price took off. So strong volume. Here got above it, came back, retested, and price took off. Maybe could have had an entry like this, or a hard entry like that, and then that's a bit. That's a bit of a lot, to say the least. I feel like a lot. No, it's actually not. It's only 6. So there you go. A 12-point move. This wasn't here, but a 12-point move up into this area that I had marked, and probably could have waited for the first rejection for my trade, and then there we go. And as you can see, what VIX is doing and what NQ is doing at the same time. And then let's go to my trade. So that was my trade over here. Alright, so this is my trade here. As you can see, I had this is like what my angle would look like. Okay, and I'm gonna wait for the candle to close. There it is. So I entered here, and then price really took off after entering the trade. There it goes. So I thought we were just gonna keep going, but price halted right at VWAP, and I should have just moved my stop loss. I should have moved my stop loss, but that's not what we got. There it goes here, right? So I thought maybe price would dip one more time and then reverse, but price ended up doing this, going all the way back in, pushing up, right, making a lower low, a higher low, and going further in, making a small higher high from this one here, but not high enough than this where my stop loss was, which I had a good entry. Look like it's 5, 6. And I was still trying to set up my entry thing. I had a pretty good entry. 569475. 569475, and my stop was at 56,700. So about 6 points, and but my errors, but my stop losses were going to be, my exits were going to be tighter, and I would have had for sure a 41 with that trade. So 5684 and 5674. So about, they're about 10 points apart. All right, so I would have had over 20 points on that trade, but I only had one contract, so maybe I would have been out already, or would have just gotten this. This look like it's maybe 15 points. So which is still not that bad. Would have been good with 2 contracts like I had here, but I wasn't really feeling this. Price really reversed all the way back into my entry. After that, I wasn't feeling that at all. I was hoping that we would use this to bounce right away, but we didn't. We ended up like you saw here. We ended up really messing around a bit until we had this break, a nice pullback, and then continuation. So those basically it. Those were my trade for the day. So one loser, one winner. I'm glad I was able to spot a spot to add on this, but my one trade would have made up for this here. These trade here kind of made up for most of last week's loss. I was able to net 122. I think last week I was down like two something, so about almost a third to almost a half of it. So um, you know, but that's essentially it. As far as my trades, as far as price action goes, let's get rid of that. We can close this, and let me try to find the actual charts. Oh, this is the actual charts. So as far as price action goes, we did have a bit of a hot mess right here. After that, looking at the 5 minute, I did miss an opportunity to capitalize on this trade because and how did I miss it? Let's get rid of all of these that I have here. So as you can see, price was trying to sell here, and then buying came in and then tried to sell again, but it couldn't, and buying held. Or I tried to sell again, but it couldn't, and buying held, and then we ended up staying back inside our initial balance, and then my 12:20, my 12:15 to 12:30 idea kicked in. But after I was done with this trade here, I was still like in a mental phase, but I could have really capitalized on this here, and I'm gonna go see what exactly this one candle looks like as we stayed above it the entire time and we wasn't closing below it, right? So if I go and put in the this here, that, let's see what price gave, because I think I noticed this was happening, but I just couldn't mentally take a trade after I was done with my one trade. I didn't want to be greedy. So let's go to the 1 minute. I want to see what the volume looks like. This is actually 35. Let's do that. Let's see what the actual volume looks like there on just that 5 minute candle. So we have this one here, two. So essentially we only have this and this, and then we have just that. So actually that's pretty damn good. Price staying right above it. This one came close, but price staying right above it. So let's go back to that there we have this and that. This is too low, right? We could have factored that in, but price came down. Looks like we have a nice channel here, but let's see what it looks like on the 5 minute before I draw it. We had buying here for sure, buying on the 30 minute. Price came here, more buying. So essentially it was set up for a long play. And then we can also look at what so if we wait for this, we can probably draw this like that. Here we go. Right, because we're going to wait for the noon session to finish doing this thing. Let's go back to the 1 minute. I don't see it. 1 minute. Oh, there it is, way over here. Alright, so the 1 minute. Ay, ay, ay. Let's just do this. I don't like all of this headache here. So we have that going in. If we go to the 1 minute, we'll get this. So as price I would adjust it because I don't like when price breaks out this small. Let's put you down to here. Okay, I don't like that. I don't like that too much. But I like this pullback. I like this push up. I like this pullback, and I could enter here. Stop loss could have been like that. This is about 2 points, or like this, which is about 7 points, right? And then just wait on writing this thing out. But I do like this volume that came in right here. This really catches my attention. And then as price pushed up, bounce. So I would have probably been able to enter this one right. Well, just entering candle wise like this. So risking about 4 points, it looks like, and then just letting price go. This would have been very good to take. Probably would have exit here, or no, I would like to have exit up here. How much of a difference is that? That's about 5 points.